Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room back here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Oh boy, what a busy 5 days that was. Just a little recap. I left on Wednesday of last week for On Stage in Houston. Joined 5 other team members. There were 6 of us that went. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing, you guys. We had such a great time. I am returning tired, of course, because we had a long travel day yesterday. A little bit of a delay at the airport, but not as bad as many of my Stampin' Up! Friends that are still here in Calgary waiting for flights to Edmonton, flights to BC. They said it was circumstances beyond their control. We did arrive at the airport and look out at the windows, and it was like black clouds moving in from both sides. My suitcase was wet when I picked it up last night. So I think the suitcases were probably on the tarmac in the storm. Anyway, we were late. It's okay. Home safe and sound. Good morning, Janet. Janet was with us this week. So nice to spend this time with my team and all the other Stampin' Up! Friends. And I want to say a huge thank you to you all that came up and spoke to me. I enjoyed every minute of meeting you. And thank you for your kind words, you guys. That just lifted me more than I could probably ever express to you, to be able to meet the people that I see here join me live, to be able to place a face with a name and to give a hug to people that support me. I appreciate you all so, so much. It was amazing. Nothing short of amazing. We got a new bag. I posted on my team page. And whenever you go on these Stampin' Up! Events, they can't do enough for you, right? And we got this awesome knapsack. Check this out. It is more than a knapsack. All the pieces are not even in there. I had to take it all out so I can flatten it, put it in my suitcase, but there's so many compartments. And they have had, I'll bring it all, I'll have to do a proper recap of everything, right? But there was like this section here at the bottom, and there was this like yellow cooler bag in here. Not yellow, we'll talk about the new colors. The new in colors, we got to see them in the product playground, and it was so, so amazing, you guys. Also, you saw me share the new catalog. Oh my goodness, look, it's like shiny, and it's amazing. It's a little bit of a different cover. I'm not going to lie. It is different, but it is amazing. If you look closely, these people are gathering, they are stamping, they are having a blast together, and it truly reflects the Stampin' Up! Experience, right? Gathering, being with one another, sharing great experiences. I love it. And they have a different layout inside the catalog, but you know what? Sometimes new and different is good, right? We have to embrace it. The new in colors are out of this world. They gave us cardstock at our event. I did an extra event one evening. I got to stamp with my team and some other Stampin' Up! Friends, and we had a blast stamping, and it was so amazing. I'm coming home with cardstock with the new in colors, embellishment with the new in colors, and so many more things. I can't even think. My bag was bursting at the seams, even though I thought I had extra room, but you get your swaps and all the stuff that Stampin' Up! Gives you. It's just amazing. If you have been on the fence about being a demonstrator, you have to join. You do. Because this catalog on April 2nd, you will be able to, if you join, you're going to be able to order early like the rest of us demonstrators, right? And get your discount and get the new products, the new in colors, everything in your hands. So you can join now, and then you're already set up and ready to go for when this new catalog comes. You'll get your copy, right? We get complimentary copies. You guys hear me talk about the benefits of being a demonstrator all the time because it is truly what's in my heart. I love it. Last night I got home. It was just after midnight, and my husband said, Are you going live tomorrow? Are you going to work tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, I am. And I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm tired. I'm tired, but I'm not taking a day off. This is my job. This is what I love to do, and it fills my heart with joy. So I got my coffee, and I'm here with you. I'm ready to kick off the week with a new product suite. Hi, Kim. Hi, France. Good morning, everybody. A new product suite, like always on Monday. Now this one is over on my blog. You can check it out. I didn't get the picture uploaded properly to be on the lineup for the design team, but that's okay. I will be in the lineup with everyone else this week. So sometimes that's how it goes, right? You have to roll with the punches and do what you can do. But I had my card done like over a week ago, so I wanted to share this one with you. My product suite is the new online exclusive called Simply Zinnia. It is such a gorgeous stamp set, the dies, the paper, it is out of this world, so beautiful. So we have a color challenge with Global Design Project this week. Thank you so much, everyone. It was fun watching you walk across the stage. Thank you, Sonia. I had a blast walking across the stage, and can I share with you one of my favorite parts of on stage was not only walking across the stage for all of the things that you guys helped me accomplish last year, because it's not me. I can't do this on my own. It's a combination of my sales, my team, all of it. But my favorite part was sharing that stage with my team member named Denise Cox, who was #3 in Canada. She had a rock star year last year, and like, what better way to celebrate than to celebrate with someone on your team, right? So it was like surreal, dream come true for me to be able to walk the stage with Denise and to share that joy with her. So I'm super proud of my team. Talk about them all the time, you hear me, and I'm so grateful that she joined my team and all the other amazing ladies on my team that were there with me, cheering me, celebrating, and being such a positive force, right? We are a positive force in this world we live in, and I'm always grateful, so grateful. All right, let's get started on this card. It's a color challenge this week, you guys, and there's 3 colors. As usually, there's 3 colors in the color challenge: Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather, and Shaded Spruce. Okay, back to the catalog. I didn't just show you this to tease you, but I cannot, it is a Stampin' Up! Rule, I cannot show you the inside pages until the catalog goes live. However, if you join as a demonstrator on April 2nd, which isn't that far off, right? You can get your own products from here. And today, March 18th at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, demonstrators are going to be able to see all the pages of this. The PDF copy goes live for demonstrators. So there's a reason to join. Join, and then you'll have access to our exclusive website, and you'll be able to look at this one, get your shopping list ready for April 2nd, and you'll be able to get all of the things early. That is a big perk of being a demonstrator, being able to shop a whole month early, right? So that's the catalog. We got it. So excited, you guys. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to flip the camera now. I'm always excited to join you, but even more so when I'm coming back from an event, my brain is just like poof. It's just excitement. There's no other word. Excitement is the word of the day. Can't wait, but you have to. It's just 1 o'clock today, Joy, and on my team page, I posted a Zoom link. I like to share this excitement with my team. So any of my team members that want to join me today, we will be together. I don't want to be sitting here on my own just looking at the catalog. I want to share that excitement with my team. So we're going to do a Zoom today once the catalog goes live, and I want to hear their first impressions right when they happen. So hopefully we can have a gathering today. We always do this when a new catalog comes out, and we just talk about the new things. And it's fun because as we're scrolling through the catalog together on Zoom, they see things that I didn't see, right? And it's a collaborative effort to be able to enjoy that catalog together. Okay, let's flip the camera. Start off with Simply Zinnia, and I got some fun coloring techniques and a couple of fun products I'm going to use on this card today. So here we go. We're going to flip the camera now and point you down. Look at that blue sky. Yep, I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and you know, we are having like spring-like weather. The snow is just about melted in my backyard, but I'm not naive. I know. I have lived in the city long enough that I know we're not out of the woods when it comes to winter. So we got to enjoy the sunny day while we can. All right. let me grab the stamp set. My feature this week is Simply Zinnia. It was an online exclusive. So if you're looking for this one, head over to my online store and click the online exclusives. You'll see this bundle. Okay, so it's beautiful zinnia flowers. We've got, love this one, words fail to express my gratitude. Thank you so much. Sending flowers and thinking of you. That could make that could be a greeting for anything, right? Sending flowers and thinking of someone. Could be a birthday, could be, you know, it could be sympathy. We hate to talk about sympathy, but we do need those cards, right? So this is a wonderful, wonderful stamp set. Let me open this up and show you what it looks like. We've got all these amazing dies here. We have dies to cut out the stamps, of course. Then we have dies that stand alone and you can build them together and make all kinds of different blooms. So we're going to do that this week, of course. Some of my scrap paper here. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to make the card base. So here's our sketch, or not a sketch, it's a color challenge. Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather, and Shaded Spruce. Beautiful greens and lilac. Oh, so beautiful. All right, so for my card, I thought I would bring in Coastal Cabana for the card base. So let's grab my paper trimmer, my handy dandy paper trimmer that went to Houston with me. We had to bring some supplies because we had that evening where we got to stamp together, and that was super fun. I got a new bundle, got some new projects and new cards to share with you. I got so much, you guys. All my swap cards, which were stunning. I can't wait to show you everything that I'm bringing back. Okay, so just your standard card size, 8.5 by 5.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. Okay, so now let's just bear with me here. I had to pack some supplies in this neat little box here. I pulled that out of my suitcase. I'm not unpacked at all yet, you guys. I literally got up, had coffee, and grabbed what I needed from my bag so I could do this card with you. Okay. So I got my bone folder. We're going to reinforce that score line. Next up, we're going to bring in Highland Heather. So when I was looking at this color challenge, I'm like, okay, I need a layer of Highland Heather for the front of my card. So I've got a piece here, and I'm going to cut that down at 4 inches. Turn my cardstock and cut it at 5 1/4 to make a layer for the front of my card. Boom, now I've got 2 parts of my color challenge done, right? So we're going to bring in, I've got Coastal Cabana and Highland Heather. Okay, so let's bring in that gorgeous Simply Zinnia Designer Series paper. I bought multiple packages because it is stunning and I knew I was going to want a lot of it. And when things are released, you guys know how fast things fly off the shelf, right? So I didn't want to be disappointed. So I bought 2 packages. So I'm going to open this package right here in front of you and show you all the gorgeous designs. Look at this. Let me move my trimmer out of the way for a second. So this pattern here is our blooms. So let's bring the dies in and we can talk about this together. So this big die here, you could use it to cut out these blooms if you wanted to, right? It's not a perfect match with the petals, but you could make that work if you wanted to. So that's that one. Now, this one here, let's look at the leaves. I haven't even sized this up yet. I'll do this. No, that's not a match, but it kind of looks like it, right? Okay. So again, you get 2 pieces of each pattern. So there's our really bright and cheerful blooms. This could make so many beautiful Easter cards, spring pages, gorgeous, gorgeous. On the back side, we've got a pumpkin pie pattern here with the light, is it Daffodil Delight? Let me flip this over and read the colors. We've got Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly. Okay, so that's probably little lemon lolly blooms in there. Pumpkin pie. All right, so that's the first pattern. Then we have, let's move my little card off to the side here. We have this pattern here. Look at this. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's got a pattern on the top and bottom. I love it when they do patterns like this because I am a scrapbooker and this makes wonderful scrapbook pages. You just cut it in half at 6 inches and then 1 sheet. Like I would take this top piece, turn it, and then I would have a continuous flow. I like to scrapbook with 2-page spreads. I call them spreads. So we have a 12 by 12 page on this side and this side. And when you open up your albums, everything looks like it, you know, it's a continuous flow. That's how I scrapbook, is with 2-page spreads. So this would make, one sheet would make a 2-page spread, and then you'd have all the top part to do your photos and your journaling mat, and it would be so pretty. Or you can also cut this down to be 4-inch strips and get 6 of them. 6, and then when you cut it in half, so 4 by 5 1/4, and you'd still have some patterns left over. So the flip side of that one has this gorgeous lemon lime twist pattern. I'll let my camera focus there. Isn't that, oh, so pretty. I love this pattern. So that's that one. The next pattern we have is our smaller little blooms here. Really, really pretty. And then the flip side has petal pink with polka dots. Love it. Then we have this pattern here. I think this is actually my favorite one. It's got Melon Mambo on Melon Mambo. You can see the patterns. It's tone on tone. Love it. Melon Mambo on one side, and then flip it over. We've got Real Red. So at first glance, I was like, no, is that Melon Mambo? No, it's Real Red. So this pattern, the back side is Real Red. The front side is Melon Mambo. Beautiful paper. Look at this one. I think of Jack and the Beanstalk when I see this, or corn husks. Look at the leaves. You could totally do some gorgeous, gorgeous pages. I have pages of my kids at a corn maze that I think would be really, really nice on this piece here. Of course, I will cut it down. You maybe use just a little small piece, but really, really pretty greens going on here. I see, let's see, what I'm just looking at my list. Lemon Lime Twist, Old Olive. What are the other greens? Mossy Meadow is in here as well. So lots of really, really beautiful greens. The back side has these diagonal stripes, pin stripes here. Super versatile. All right, and last but not least, we have this pattern. Now this one, I'm thinking will coordinate with this bloom here. Yes, this one coordinates better, I believe, than the other one I brought in. And then let's check out the leaves, if you can cut those out. That, no, not really, but it's okay. I'm thinking maybe, no, they're smaller than the die. They're smaller than the die, but you could get away with cutting out the bloom, okay? So that's that one. And then the back side, which is what we're going to use today. Look at this Highland Heather with the black like crosshatch pattern. So we're going to use a little bit of that to bring in some of the Highland Heather requirement for this color challenge. Okay, so what do we need? We need white cardstock. So I'm going to grab a piece of white. Let me bring that back one more time. I just want to share with you. I like to do the little flip. So I like to share with you the patterns and then the back side, because some people were like, oh, floral, you know, it's all floral. But then, and you could make lots of floral things, but it's also so much more than just floral. So let's take another little peek at this paper, find a little recap here. So here we have our patterns one more time. Floral, floral, leaves, floral. Okay, so here are the images that are definitely garden images, right? Simply Zinnia. And then if I take all this paper and I flip it over, you can see the more quote unquote neutral designs that you can use in anything, right? You could use these for masculine, baby, feminine, whatever kind of cards you're making, right? So if you don't want to make all flowers, you can use these background patterns for a lot of other things. I simply love this about Stampin' Up, that you can coordinate your colors and you can make specialty cards for, you know, seasons, and then you can also make them more generic or for whatever it is that you need. All right, so bringing back this pattern here, we are going to cut a piece of that one using my paper trimmer, and we need white cardstock. So let me grab my white. So for the white cardstock, I'm going to trim that down to be 5 inches because it's going to go on to the Highland Heather front card layer. So we're going to cut that down to 5, and then we're going to trim this piece to 3 3/4. So I'll bring all that back and show you. So we've got our Coastal Cabana card base. We've got Highland Heather for the first layer. Then we have another layer. See that? I just want that little bit of Highland Heather to pop out. But when I was designing this card, I wanted to pull in more Highland Heather. So I'm going to use this piece of Designer Series paper. Look at the product coordination, right? I just love it. It's my favorite part of Stampin' Up. Why I don't ever have to go to another store, another big box store to find anything, because I have all the color coordination that I need right here at my fingertips. Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece that is 3/4 of an inch. Oh, and I didn't cut it right off. Okay, let's try that again. I just need the top part. I didn't. Okay, see that there? That's the product of being super overtired right there. What just happened? Okay, let's do this again. Okay, let's try. I'm not going to waste that piece, you know. So I'm just going to trim off that little boo-boo there and toss that out. Bye-bye, little piece of DSP. But this is stuff, this is real life crafting right here, right? Okay, let's do this completely. There we go. So 3/4 of an inch, and we're going to turn it, and we're going to cut it at 5 inches. That's all I need. And you know, when you're cutting your paper, you might as well cut 2, because you know you're going to make 2 cards. So cut another one. And then you've got your little scrap piece here. And then this piece, which I just goofed, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna trim that to 2 3/4, because I'm gonna use that on my inside piece, right? You don't need to waste any of your beautiful paper. Okay, so we've got this strip right here. This is gonna go on the edge. Look how nicely that looks with the other colors. I love it. Okay, let's bring in the star of the show, which is this big bloom here. Oh, so beautiful. And the red rubber, the classic red rubber stamp, has all the detail that we need, right? So I'm going to use my block E, and we're going to pick that up. And of course, I'm going to use my favorite coloring tools, which is my blends. So I want to use Memento. And because it's a big stamp, it's bigger than my Memento pad, I'm going to take the ink pad in my hand, and we're going to tap, 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 tap on the top. Get it all inked up. And the other part of this that I love is that you can take a look. You lift up and take a look at your image to see if you've inked it properly. So there we go. Now I'm going to just I just put my card base off to the side. I'm actually going to leave that piece of DSP there because it's going to be my frame of reference so that I don't stamp too far to the left. All right, so now we're going to stamp this right here. Easy peasy. Even pressure, straight down. Let the ink leave your stamp and go into your cardstock. Boom. Look at that beautiful stamp. I love it. Okay, so then we're going to color, but I also want to do a greeting down here. So I'm going to bring in the thank you so much stamp. Put that on a block. And the shaded spruce. So I've only got 2 colors from my color challenge here. I got to bring in shaded spruce. So we're going to do some shaded spruce stamping. So I thought I would bring that in and stamp my greeting. Thank you so much. Down here at the bottom. Boom. There we go. And then I thought, okay, well, that's a little bit of shaded spruce, but I need a little bit more. In the stamp set, we've got this cute little stamp here with little, like, tiny little blooms. So I really wanted to use that. So I'm going to pull that in. So grab that little tiny stamp, and I'm going to put it on a block. And we're going to grab an embellishment. Let's grab our, this is called, what is it called? I got to look, a herringbone ribbon. See this herringbone ribbon? Can you see that in the camera? I just love this ribbon. So we're going to stamp on the ribbon. Did you know you can stamp on ribbon with your classic ink? And I'm just going to grab my scissors so I'm ready to snip that. So I'm going to cut a piece a little bit longer than my white piece. So if you remember, this white piece was 5 inches. You can, if you don't like to measure, I really don't like measuring. I like coloring, I like playing, I like putting stuff together, but when you got to stop and measure, it's kind of a pain, right? So I'm just going to take it, lay it on top of the cardstock, and just cut it a little bit bigger than my card piece. So you could cut it like 6 inches or 5.5. You just need enough to be able to wrap around the front and attach it at the back. So you guessed it, I'm going to stamp this ribbon with my shaded spruce ink. So here we go. We're going to tap, tap on the ink pad, start here, and I'm just going to go up the length of this ribbon with my shaded spruce ink, just adding a little pop of color and design. Like this herringbone ribbon, you know, you can stamp words on it, you can stamp images like I'm doing. There's so much you could do. You could even take your shaded spruce blends and you could ink it up and make it actually shaded spruce colored, right? So we're gonna let that dry off to the side there because it is water-based, so it'll take a little bit longer, not too long, and it's so dry here in Alberta, it won't take that long at all. So then I'm gonna bring in my Highland Heather blends, and I'm gonna give all of these blooms a nice dose of light Highland Heather. And you don't need to be particular with coloring these because we're going to go back over and add a little more detail on top. So Highland Heather, I'm just putting down like a base on all of the blooms. Look how pretty these zinnias are with Highland Heather. And you can color these any color you want, your favorite colors. I'm just working with the color challenge colors today, but if your favorite color is Melon Mambo, these would look fantastic. Maybe it's Poppy Parade, maybe it's Daffodil Delight. Maybe it's one of our colors that's leaving, like Sweet Sorbet, right? You could color them any color. So then I'm going to bring in the dark Highland Heather, and I like to just work with the stamp. The lines that the artists have designed on the middle of the bloom, I like to just accent them with the fine tip of my blends. Just add that little pop of dark Highland Heather. It just adds nice highlight. I'll go all the way around. And you don't be afraid to leave white spaces when you're coloring, because I find the more white space you leave, you know, to a point, you don't want to leave half of it not colored, but leaving white space, it just adds more light on your image, and it really accents it so nicely to have natural white space. Like I could actually leave these blooms colored just the way I have. If you want to highlight, then you want to bring in your light shade of blends, and then you can just touch like where the dark meets the light, just kind of touch it a little bit and to blend out those colors. So fun. I'm just adding like a very minute amount of the light Highland Heather over top of what I've done because I want that shading. I'll hold this a little closer so you can see. You see how I've got the dark and the light, and I've only used one color of blends. So when you order blends, you get 2 colors. You get the dark and the light shade in your packaging. So that's kind of cool that you get both. Okay, so I'm bringing in my shaded spruce. I'm going to bring in the dark. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and just add some dark lines. I'm actually going over the lines of the image. So those lines on the leaves, the veins of the leaves, and just add my dark accents. And then you can just take the light shaded spruce and you can come in and just ever so slightly. Oh, did I do it backwards? No, this is light. Sometimes I have to look. Sometimes my eyes can't see which is dark and which is light. They look the same a little bit, but this is definitely light. And then I'm just gently touching over. I don't want to blend out the dark shading, so you want to just go lightly so that you can still see the difference between the dark and the light marker. So just coming around here, I'm still using my thick part of my marker, the felt tip, just so that I can be faster. But if you have more time, I just don't want to take up all of your time. So if you have more time, you can use the fine tip. Whoops, and mine has just popped off. Okay, let's see if I can, yeah. If that ever happens to you guys, see what just happened? It just, I think mine got damaged in transit from, I can see the barrel is cracked. So mine just went through, you know, packing up my stuff, taking it to my retreat. I think something might have gotten dropped out of my bag maybe, but look, it's still working. I just popped it out and it's still working. Okay, All right, so I'm happy with that. So there we've got our image colored. And so now what we want to do is we're going to take this ribbon, and I want that to sit close to my image like this. And then I'm going to grab my piece of designer series paper, and that's going to sit on top of the herringbone ribbon. So I want the herringbone ribbon to be the edge here, and then my designer series paper over top. So let's go ahead and adhere that down. So I'm going to grab my tearing tape, which is not on my desk. Okay, that's okay. We're going to use liquid glue. Just, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what? Look at this. It's dripping. Oh my God. That, my friends, I believe, look at the mess I just made with my glue. I believe this is from the pressure on the plane. So sorry. It's still oozing out. Can you guys see that? It's like oozing out of my Tombow. I didn't even have to touch it. Yikes. Okay, let's get this cleaned up here. Real life crafting here. Real life crafting, my friends. Let's get this glue cleaned up. I really do think that it's from the pressure on the plane. So everything, you know, that I had in my bag was, you know, under that pressure. And here we go. All right, so I don't know what I did with my tear and tape. It's not in my little case. Probably is somewhere else, but we're going to go ahead and glue this down and see if I can fix this. So we're going to add, it's still oozing. Let's see. I'll just put the cap on that guy and let him settle down a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so we might have to use glue dots. Let's use some glue dots. They're not going to go oozing around on me. Let's use some glue dots. Okay, so I've got glue dots. We're going with glue dots. And I'm going to take your pick tool. Okay, find the end of my glue dots here. We're going to put, you know, a couple right here to hold that ribbon down. And we have lots of options. Stampin' Up! Has lots of options for us, right? If one glue decides to freak out on you, you don't have to worry. You got other options. The Tombow is like, I'm tired, Rose. I want a break. So I'm just going to have a little fit here on your video, and then you can put me down for a nap. All right, Tombow, you're gone for a nap. Okay. Okay, so that's being anchored at the back by my glue dots. Okay, so then we can take your pick tool, you can even pick up another glue dot or two and lift it and put it under your ribbon like that. Maybe I'll grab another one and put one right over here. Anchor that down. Now we're dealing with DSP. Now let's see, I have another one that didn't go on the trip with me that's sitting here. Cool as a cucumber. Yeah, it's fine. It's like, I'll work for you today, Rose. You didn't take me on the trip, but I'll be okay. Okay, we're gonna put this DSP right here on the edge so it is covering the edge of my card front. Let that anchor down like that. And then we're just going to come up here and we're going to add our glue to the back, like so. Just a little bit, because remember, this is just one layer of white cardstock. We don't want to make it too much glue because it'll show ripples through, right? So we're going to put this on top of my Highland Heather card front. Ooh, I'm loving it so far. What do you guys think? Oh, those zinnias are gorgeous. Okay, so then I'm going to add my glue here, like that. And then I'm going to bring in my Coastal Cabana card base. And we're going to put this together. I love Coastal Cabana. And you know what? I haven't used Coastal Cabana for a long time. So I'm really happy this color challenge is happening because it forced me to pull out a color that I haven't played with. All right, so to bling this card up, I was looking at my collection of embellishments, and I thought I would bring in Tinsel Gems 3-pack. So Tinsel Gems 3-pack, let me see, I've got like full packages here. They have these 3 colors, the green, the pink, and the blue. So even though the pink, I believe, is Bubble Bath, and you can still make this work with Highland Heather. It has enough of a purple shade to it and the sparkles that you can bring this in and use it. So I'm going to use 3 of these gorgeous gems. Let's pick up a big one. We'll put a big one down here in the white space, and we'll put 2 small ones up here, like that. And there's the card front. Okay, so the inside of the card, let's grab a piece of white for the inside. Oh, there's a zinnia I'd already stamped from last week. All right, but that's Melon Mambo, so we want to keep with the color scheme here. So we're going to bring in that piece of designer series paper to pull in the front design to the inside. And then we also have, of course, let's see, let's bring in the stamps. This stamp here, thank you so much, words fail to express my gratitude. So it is a little bit bigger than my 2 3/4 inch piece, but what we could do is turn it, and I'm going to trim this because this is actually 4 1/4, and I don't want it to be quite that big, but that's okay. We can trim it, right? We can trim it, and we'll do our greeting going the horizontal direction. So let's see, 4 1/4. Let's bring that back to, let's measure my stamp, make sure it's going to fit. Yeah, okay. So I'm bringing that back to 3 3/4. Okay. And we're going to stamp words fail to express my gratitude. I love that greeting. It's such a great greeting. So let's go ahead and get that on a block. We'll grab a block, and we're going to stamp using the same shaded spruce. Bring in a little more shaded spruce here. I'm going to stamp right close to the edge because I still want to use that piece of DSP. Fail to express my gratitude. And then this is going to go on the edge. Now it's a little bit big, so no big deal. We got the tools, we can do it. Bring this in, we're going to trim that down maybe 1/2 inch. It was 3/4 inch, but we're going to use 1/2 inch for my little pop of purple for the inside. All right, so let's grab my glue. We'll go ahead and stick the, oh, that's the bad glue. That's the one that is not happy right now. So let's use my DSP, and we'll just use that to spread that little dab of glue around so we don't have to waste it and wipe it off with a baby wipe. We're going to just spread that around. Okay, so there's my little pop of purple, my little Highland Heather pop of purple, and we'll use our glue that is in a good mood today. Oh, okay. And then we're going to put that in the inside of the card. It's an awesome thank you card. Words fail to express my gratitude, and I really feel that way, you guys, about you guys for supporting me, coming back here every day and watching me and cheering me on. Maybe you're laughing at me. I'm not kidding. Maybe some days you laugh at me more than others, but that's all par for the course, right? So there we have it, my friends. The Global Design Project Challenge GDP 437. It's a color challenge, and I love this one. I can't wait to see what you would make with these 3 colors. I hope you have as much fun as I did playing with these colors. And I hope your glue, if you've taken your glue on an airplane, that you'll give it a chance to calm down before you try and use it. Let me flip you back around. All right. Rose is going to go and get more coffee because I think I'm going to need lots of it today. It's going to be one of those days, but early bedtime so that I'll be here nice and fresh for you guys again tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for all you do to support me, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Mountain Time. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.